Hi, it's an review for Jacqueline. What I see here is what I would say is probably a blue eye under some congestion. Um, what kind of stumps me a little bit though is in your email you say that you've been 3 years raw, and I find that your colon area is a lot like very dirty for being 3 years raw, um so I would say, and it's emanating into all of the organs, and that tells me that either it was really much even worse starting out with and this is the cleaned up version, or something is not like going as it should be going. So, and I have no way of knowing that, but you should be a lot more cleaner. Maybe, see, because you have a malabsorption ring as well. So maybe the situation is that you are consuming raw foods, but your body, because it's been so toxic before, because this looks like acidosis for long periods of time. So, maybe it's been so toxic from years before that it's not absorbing as well as it should. I think that it's great what you're doing and you have to keep on it. It depends when you start this stuff, like if you started later in life rather than earlier in life, your results kind of vary, right? And depending on the previous diets. Like my eyes, for example, are true blue, but they were dark brown, almost black when I was eating at my worst. And as it started to get better, they improved. So it depends where you're coming from, and I have no way of knowing the way before you went to raw. But if your eyes were very dark before, then you are on the right path. As long as you're seeing changes in the 3 years, if you're seeing changes in your eyes, then keep going. In addition, what I would suggest strongly is to do colon like GI colon cleanse, like do a kit or two, and get this stuff cleaned up, because all of the stuff that's sitting in your GI, which is sulfur as well as lymph buildup, which we see because the sulfur is orange, and assuming the camera is portraying the true eye color, we see a lot of orangey in too close towards the pupil. We got to get that all cleaned up. So I would say just focus mainly on that, and the rest will come out as well. But yeah, I would suggest doing a colon cleansing kit, and really trying to do everything to clean out the GI. So like enemas, maybe like going to like a specialist to do the colon cleansing as well. Like let's get that cleaned out. Let's get all of that stuff out. I know Dr. Morse has also GI Brim, but to be honest, I tried GI Brim. I didn't find it to be so super effective. It was okay, like it was fine, but again, I have GI Brim now and I'm taking it with food, like not at the same time, but I'm eating food throughout the day, and then I do the 3 hours or whatever it says on the thing. But I think that it works well if you just do like a fast with GI Broom or a fast with the colon cleanse. The one I'm gonna link below, you're not supposed to eat solids for like 5 days, so it's really good at cleaning out the system. And I heard like crazy stuff comes out when people do that one, so that's the one I recommend. And I'm gonna try it, like I said in my other videos, that I just didn't have a chance to because like holidays and all this stuff. But anyways, but I think that that's going to be that's what I would suggest to be your number one priority, is cleaning up the GI. And I see it's also a little bit in the brain area as well, so it's starting to get there as well. And yeah, I see that you have a good fiber structure. Like generally, there's a lot of fibers, but they're kind of like all over the place right now. But you can see them, the white ones on the outside of the closer to the outside of the iris. All of this is gonna clean up as you progress to to health. I'm assuming, because to be honest with you, like in 3 years of like solid raw food, you should be able to see blue eyes. So either that you've started from a very bad situation, and if this is the case, then you know, that's unbelievably awesome that you can turn it around to that extent, right? But if you started too similar and you haven't seen much eye changes, then I think that you need to step up how much you eat raw, and also take a look at the stuff. If you're eating anything cooked, how much you're eating cooked, and see if you can pull back and eat a little bit better with the cooked stuff. So maybe like do like half of what you usually eat cooked, and then the other half do a salad or something like that. Just bump it up to the next level, I would suggest. But you do have underneath all this, like once you fix it up, I think you have a good constitution. You can fix it all up. You know, again, the problem is your GI, and then I can see the malabsorption. So when you're eating raw, and how expensive all this stuff is, right? Like the food is, I don't know how it is where you are, but in Canada, food costs like crazy amounts, especially raw and especially, well, organic food, right? So, um, you know, you want to make sure you're absorbing it as well as you could, and not having the plaque on the inside of your colon, which is preventing you from absorbing it. Because if there's a hard plaque on the inside of your colon, which it is, because I can see it like through your, like in your eye, that's stopping you from absorbing the way you should. So you're absorbing fraction of what you could be absorbing nutrient wise, so it's just kind of going through you. um, so that's pretty much the review. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you know, I have to tell you realistically where you are, because I do think that you have true blue eyes. But yeah, just step it up a notch, and do the colon cleanse. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys next video. I'm gonna link all the stuff down below. I'm also gonna link all the stuff you need to send me your eye pictures, so you can do so by just copying and pasting. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.